Last night, the UFC world tuned in for what was supposed to be the fight of the year. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane, two of the most gifted heavyweights alive, with the ghost of John Jones hanging over it all. For months, fans said Jones ducked Aspinall, that he wanted no part of the young lion from Manchester. And finally, at UFC 321, we were about to see if that hype was real. But instead, we got chaos. From the opening bell, both men came to kill. Ciryl danced behind his jab, calm and elusive. Aspinall marched forward, throwing heat, trying to take Cyryl's head off. Then it happened. Cyryl's fingers extended, both landing flush into Aspinall's eyes. Tom immediately backed away, clutching his face. Doctors rushed in. He couldn't open his right eye. Minutes later, no contest. And just like that, one of the most anticipated main events in recent memory ended in confusion. Some fans said Tom took the easy way out. Others said continuing half-blind against someone like Ciryl would have been suicide. But the real question is, how do we even decide what's intentional and what's not? Because this isn't new. The UFC has seen this story far too many times. Kevin Burns once poked Anthony Rumble Johnson in the eye so bad that Johnson couldn't continue, and Burns was declared the winner by TKO. Stefan poked Stipe Miocic and knocked him out moments later.
Miocic's heart, Strew's gonna finish it here! Miocic somehow staying on his feet!
Gaethje poked Edson Barboza, then finished him seconds after. Daniel Cormier poked Miocic in their first fight and knocked him out.
Out to the clinch, and now he dirty boxes right as he breaks away and creates opportunities for him. Boom! Overhand right in the clinch, which is basic.
But when Miocic poked DC in the rematch, Cormier fought through it and lost the belt.
You never see. Right hand over the top. Still the
Michael Bisping poked Alan Belcher so deep his eye was bleeding, and still won a technical decision.
His eyebrow. Is that another injury that's bleeding?
Michael, the count!
Faber poked Rivera in both eyes. The ref missed it, and Faber choked him out seconds later. And of course, John Jones. Rampage, Shogun, DC, Gustafsson. His style has always flirted with that extended hand danger zone, and somehow he's never lost a point. So when you call Tom Aspinall's fight a no contest, you're not talking about one night. You're talking about a pattern the UFC never fixed. Kevin Holland was hit in the groin by Mike Malott so bad he could barely stand. Doctors told him, keep fighting or take the loss. He fought through it, lost. Earlier in his career, Holland got headbutted by Kyle Daukaus, was knocked out cold, and that was ruled no contest. Kyle Prepelic hit low by Drew Dober so hard he could barely continue, but was forced to, and ended up winning because of it. That's not strategy. That's a broken system. So, when does it become intentional? When a fighter extends his fingers every time the opponent steps in. Is that really accidental, or just a habit the UFC allows? Refs warn fighters constantly.
Time out.
Watch the fingers in the eye,
But warnings don't fix damaged eyes. Warnings don't heal corneas. And fighters keep feeling pressured to continue, because if they don't, they're labeled as quitters. That's not bravery anymore. That's survival in a broken system. Tom didn't quit. He made the smart call. Because fighting Ciryl half-blind isn't courage. It's self-destruction. But MMA culture has twisted the meaning of toughness. We glorify fighters who battle through torn knees and shattered eyes, but mock the ones who value their health. That's the real problem.
Guys, I just poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. What are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do poke. I can't see.
Over the years, the UFC has normalized these accidents. No clear rules. No medical authority. Just chaos and interpretation. We call them freak accidents, but they happen too often to be random. Maybe it's not about intent anymore. Maybe it's about accountability. because fighters shouldn't have to choose between their sight and their reputation. Maybe the question isn't whether this should have been a DQ or a no contest. Maybe it's, when will the UFC finally decide what fighter safety actually means? Until that day, we'll keep seeing the same story. Fighters forced to continue, refs unsure, fans divided. One poke, one night, one division full of question. But Tom Aspinall's story isn't over. The rematch, if it happens, won't just be about revenge. It'll be about redemption and proving that fighting smart isn't weakness, it's evolution.